Timotab, and today I'm going to solve Dreiecksgeflüster by henter. If you would like to try solving this puzzle for yourself, it'll be the first link in the description. So, dragging up my deeply buried German from when I did A-levels many years ago, Dreiecksgeflüster would mean triangle whispers, and it's in German, so this puzzle is clearly going to be about German whispers and triangles in some way. So let us have a look at the rules to figure out why. Normal Sudoku rules apply. We're going to place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every box. Adjacent digits on a green German whispers line differ by at least 5, so if that's a 3, that has to be 8 or 9 in order to be at least 5 away from it. Adjacent digits on a yellow triangular line sum to a triangular number. So digits here, we could have 1 and 2, because 3 is a triangular number. We could have 1 and 5, because 6 is a triangular number. We could have 1 and 9, because 10 is triangular, and we could have 9 and 6, because 15 is a triangular number. Okay, I'm going to restart the puzzle to reset the timer, and let's begin. I think we'll first look at the German whisper line, because I know the secrets of German whisper lines. They are, first of all, I cannot put a 5 on a German whisper line, because if I do that, then the next digit has to be either 0 or less or 10 or more, and they are not valid Sudoku digits. Next, I have to alternate between a high digit and a low digit, above 5 and below 5. And the reason for that is, let's suppose I try putting 2 low digits next to each other. That would give me a maximum difference of 3, but I need a minimum difference of 5, and the same happens if I put 2 high digits next to each other. So, I am going to colour this line. Let's give that one green, that one purple, the other kind of green. Let's give that one green. And what I now know is that purple is either high with green low, or it's low with green high. But I don't know which way around that's going to go. Alright. So what are our secrets of German whisper, of triangular lines? Okay, so first of all, what are triangular numbers? Triangular numbers are the numbers you get when you add the integers starting at 1. So we have 1 on its own, that's a triangular number. 1 plus 2 would be a triangular number, so that's 3. 1 plus 2 plus 3 would be 6. And the way to visualize this is if you put like a 1 dot at the top, and then you had a next row that had 2 dots, and then the next row had 3 dots. And you would see that you're making triangles. So the next row has 4 dots, which gives us 10. The next row has 5 dots, which then gives us a total of 15. Then adding 6 gives us 21. But 21 is going to be too much for us to care about in this puzzle, because the highest digits I could put here and here would be 2 9s, and they only sum to 18. We also don't really care about 1, because I don't have a 0 in this puzzle. So we care about 3s, 10s, 3s, 6s, 10s, and 15s. Alright. So, I am going to make some notes down here. How can I make a 3? There's only one way to do that, and that is 1 and 2. How can I make a 6? I can do 1 and 5, or I could do 2 and 4. I'm going to try and keep my notes in these 3 columns. That's the only ways I can make 6. No, it's not. I could also do 3 and 3 if those 2 digits don't see each other. All right. 10. I could do 1, 9. I could do 2, 8. I could do 3, 7, 4, 6, and finally, I could do 5, 5, if, again, those 2 digits don't see each other. Okay. And then my 15 has to either be 6, 9, or 7, 8. So that's the ways I can make it. But what I'm really trying to think about, I think, is which digits can go next to which digits. And I think I'm going to notate these over here because I think that's going to be the really useful information. And if I have them over here, I can work on the triangular line without interfering with those. All right. So I'm just going to have 1 to 9 based on the row number. So 1 can go next to a 2, a 5, or a 9. Two can go next to 1, or 4, or 8. Three can go next to a 3 or a 7, and it can only go next to a 3 in a very limited circumstance. 4 can go next to 2 or 6. 5 can go next to 1 or a 5. 6 can go next to 4 or 9. 7 can go next to 3 or 8. 8 can go next to 7 or 2. 9 can go next to 1 or 6. So that's all of the options. Now, how does that help? Because if I clear out this, I mean, I'm going to have some restrictions, like I can't put a 5 in any of those because it sees and the digit it's next to sees the digit the other side of it. So what do I mean by that? If I put a 5 there, well, I could put a 1 there, but 5 can only go next to 1 or 5, and I can't make that 1 or 5. So, and then 3 has a similar restriction. But 3 could go there with those both being 7s. 5 and 3 can go on these and potentially repeat the digits across that bit of line there because they don't see each other by Sudoku. Now, is this restricted because it has the German whispers? Well, hang on. Did I miss a digit there? Yes, that could be a 2. But yes, I noticed that I can't put a 9 there, for example, because I can't put both 1 and 6 there because with those both being green, they are either both high or both low. and 1 is a low digit and 6 is a high digit. So that would mess that up. So I can't put 9 there. Similarly, I can't put 8 there, or 7, or 6. I can't put 5 there because I can't put 2 1s or... Well, I could... Wow, ooh. Ah, no. So at first, I thought I could put a 5 here, which would allow me to duplicate the 5 there and put a 1 there. But I can't put a 5 here because that's on a German whisper, and I can't put a 5 on a German whisper. Okay, so 5 is out. 4 is out. 2 and 6 are opposite polarities. 3 is out because I could put a 3 here. I could repeat the 3 here and make that a 7, except, again, they're opposite polarity. 2 could have 1 and 4 next to it. They would be the same polarity. I couldn't put an 8 there. 1, I can't put a 5 on here, so the potential candidates are 2 and 9, and they are also opposite polarity. So that has to be a 2. That's very, very nice. I really like that. And then this has to be a 1-4 pair, but that can't be a 4 because those can't both be 9. So that's a 1, that's a 4. Now our German whispers tells us that those two are 9s. In fact, I'm going to recolor these. So purple becomes orange because orange is sort of feels like a warm color, so high digits, and then we'll make those blue because they're low. And the question is, can I think straight enough to eliminate these notes? And I think I will. Okay, I'm going to color that low because I think still seeing high and low helps me remember, because obviously I can only have 4 highs or 4 lows in a row, column, or box. So next to 1, we had 2 or 4 to make 6 or 9 to make 10. Well, that can't be 2 or 9, so that has to be 4, which is low. 4 gave us 6 or 2. That seems like it could go either way. 4 gives us 6 or 2, right? 4 plus 2 is 6. 4 plus 6 is 10. So yes, that gives us a 2-6 pair here. Can I do some Sudoku and German whispers logic? Okay. That is 6, 7, or 8. That could be a 1. So that's 1 or 3. It can't be a 2 by Sudoku, and it can't be a 4 because that can't be a 9. Because this can't be a 6 because I can't put both of those ones, so that's 7, 8, or 9. That can't be a 4, so that's 1, 2, or 3. That can't be 6, that's 7, 8, 9. That's 1, 2, 3. That is 6, 7, 8, or 9, because that could be 6 with a 1 here. Alright. Those are all from 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's not 4 by Sudoku. That could be 4 with 2 9s. That can't be 4. That can't be 4 because that can't be a 9. Okay, that gives me a 1, 2, 3 triple in this column. And then these are 6, 7, 8, and 9. This one can't be a 6. And this one can't be a 6. Okay. And that one can't be a 9. Hang on. That's not right. That's 1 plus 4, which is 5. What have I done wrong? No, I can... All that German Whispers logic is sound. It's only this that's not sound. All right, let's try that again. 1 goes with 2 to make 3. It goes with 5 to make 6. And it goes with 9 to make 10. And it can't be 2 or 9. That's a 5. 5 goes with 1 or 5 to make 6 or 10. Clearly that can't be a 5, so that has to be a 1. That makes this a 3. That removes 6 and 7 from there. That makes that 8. Remove 7 from there makes that an 8 or a 9. 1 and 3 come out of there to make that 2. So that's not a 2. Okay, and let's colour that low. 1 has to be with 2, 5, or 9. I can't put 5 here because we already discussed that. That would then have to be a 1 or a 5. Can't put 2 by Sudoku, so that's a 9. Let's colour that high. 9 goes with 1 or 6, so that has to be a 6. 6 goes with 9 or 4, so that has to be a 4. This 9 is doing some Sudoku. That's 8. That's 7. That's now 5. 7 can't go with a 3, so that's a 1. That makes that a 2, 3 pair, and 7 comes out of there. In fact, this 2 is looking across. That's a 3. That's a 2. So 2 comes out of those. And 7, 8 come out of there. Okay. So 4 has 2 adjacencies, 6 and 2. So that has to be a 2. 2 has 3 adjacencies, which were 1, 4, and 8. So that is 1 or 8. I don't think I can determine which yet. All right, so 6 has 2 digits it can go next to, which are 4 and 9. And that can't be a 9, so that could be 6, 4. 2 can go next to 1, 4, and 8. Is that right? 6 and 4, 6 and 9, but it can't be a 9. 2, well, actually, that 2 is preventing that from being a 2. That's a 6. So that can't be a 1. 6 goes with 4 or 8. Okay. All right. 8 can go with, no, 6 goes with 4 or 9. So that's a 4. 8, that's not a 4. That gives us a 1, 3 pair here. So 3 must go here. And 1 must go here. That's very nice. Right, 4 goes with 6 or 2. It can't be a 6, so that's a 2. 2 goes with 1, which it could be, 4, which it can't be, or 8. So that's 1 or 8. 8 is more restricted, so 8 goes with 7 or 2, and obviously it can't be a 2, so it could be a 7. 1 goes with 2, which it can't be, 5, which it can't be because that would have to be a 1 or a 5, and 9. So that is 7 or 9. I can at least mark that as being a high digit. Okay, 7 goes with 8 or 3. Okay, that can't be a 3 by Sudoku, but if that's 7, the only reason that can be a 7 is if this is an 8, and I can't repeat an 8 in the column. So that can't be a 7. That makes that a 9. 9 has to go with the 1 there, and then the other digit 9 goes with is a 6. 6 goes with 4 or 2, and it's not a 2, so that's a 4. And then 4 goes with 2 or 6, and it can't be a 2, so that is a 6. And I'm slightly surprised with my setter's hat on that that wasn't a 3-3 or a 5-5, but there we go. Alright, that is not 6. 6 has to go here by Sudoku. 9 has to go here. That makes that a 6. 1 is here in this row, and that means that one of those two is a 1, and it's not that one. So that's a 1. That, yes, this one, these 1s and 5s mean that that's a 1-5 pair. Okay, this 9 is looking across, making that an 8. This 3 can't go next to a 7, so that's an 8. And that doesn't affect that. These two digits in this row must be a 5 and 7, and that one can't be a 5, so that is 7. That's a 5. Let's see. 2 in this box must go here. So these 3 digits, well, that one has to be a 7, and that makes these 8 and 3, and I don't think I know the order, but that makes these 3 digits 2, 6, and 5. No. 2, 6, and 9. That one can't be 2 or 9, so that's a 6. That's a 2, and that's 9. Okay, so these 2 digits are 3 and 4, and I do know the order of those. That puts a 4 into one of those 2. Don't think I can see which way round yet. Okay, these 3 digits are 5, 7, and 4. That is not a 4. That is not a 5. This in the column is 4, 5 or 7, but it is not a 4. So that is a 5 or a 7. That makes that 4, that's 7, that's 5, that's 7. Shall I continue with the colouring? Yeah, why not for now? That 5 looks across here, so that's a 1. That makes that 3 and that 1. We get a 5 there. This is 3 or 8 by the row. This digit here is a 7. So 3, 5 and 8 complete that row and box. Okay, in this column I need 4, 5 and 9. And those can't be 5, so that's the 5. That becomes a 4, 9 pair, and that has to be the 4. That's a 9. Let's bluify that. So these are 2 and 6, and I can do the order of those. These are 4 and 9, and I can do the order of those as well. All right. These two digits by the column are 7 and 6. So they are both orange. That's 7, that's 6. These must be 4 and 8. So that's the 4, that is an 8. These two digits by the row are 5 and 7. And so that's the 7, that's a 5. These two digits are 3 and 8. And curiously, I do not have the order for those yet. That 5 is looking down, so that's not a 5. I've got a 3, 8 in the row in the box, so that's a 5. I have a 3, 8 pair in the column, so I need 5 and 7. So that's 5, that's 7. These two are 3 and 9, so that's the 9, that's the 3, that makes that 8, that is 3, that's going to be 8 and 8, those two are going to be 3s, and then that leaves a 2 there and an 8 there. And that was an absolutely delightful puzzle. The symmetry of the lines is fantastic. I think the key really was to consider the secrets of the triangular lines and seeing how restricted they were, and then of course there was only one digit that could have 2 lines, or 2 digits of the same polarity next to it. That's really, really nice. I think that deserves a much wider audience, so that I'm glad I featured it. So, well, if you enjoyed this solve, then please hit the like button. You can subscribe to see some more, and I would love to hear your comments. I'm looking forward to next time. Be seeing you.